stood in the same room with him. He's kind of short.
Our state to become.
I'm definitely taller than him.
At 2.
This fucking hat, my nigga. This smooth criminal ass 1960s boomerang cartoon ass hat. What the fuck is? She can't even see shit. This is probably how she ended up in these circumstances. Now, what the fuck is this blazer? What is this fuck? What the fuck? Bonsoir YouTube, j'espère que Black Kakashi, mais tu peux m'appeler Kakashi, and I am back with another video. Je suis de retour avec une autre video. I'm back with another video. Tonight is nighttime. It's nighttime. Tonight we are doing a reaction video. Tonight we are reacting to I live 500 feet from a Bitcoin mine. My life is hell. I wanted to like kind of start leaning more towards interesting stories of things that are going on, because too many things is going on in our world right now for me to be focused on like shallow shit that don't really even matter. Also, outside of this, in my day job, like my real life, I work in politics, so this directly is in the face of the things that I have to deal with and sit in every single day. So I thought this would be appropriate. It's also something that like I genuinely do have a passion for talking about. So data centers, Bitcoin mines, they're the same thing to me. They're causing a great deal of situations right now for everybody across America. And this takes place in Texas. If y'all don't know, I'm from If y'all don't know, I'm a Texan. I'm not around any data centers myself, but I'm trying to like get a feel for what's going on for other people right now. Any whoosies, without further ado, I don't think I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to add. So, je vous verrai. Gardons le gameplay. Le video.
I'm with the Browning family. I don't know if you can hear this, but this little noise meter tells me that there are unhealthy levels of noise. Something strange is happening in this small town 70 miles outside of Dallas, Texas. An invisible force is creeping through the community, ruining residents' lives.
They just moved in on top of us. I have a constant headache right in the back of my head or either over my eyes. I've been in the hospital 2 or 3 times.
Every family here is sick.
Somebody has to die to get somebody's attention.
I see the impact on their lives. There's just nothing I can do.
The cause is just a few hundred feet from the house owned by the Brownings, a massive Bitcoin mine. I'm in Granbury, Texas, the site of a Bitcoin mining facility operated by Marathon Digital Holdings. Hundreds of metal boxes contain tens of thousands of computers running 24 hours a day, consuming around 300 megawatts
24 hours a day
to mine for Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency. That's comparable to that of a city the size of Austin.
I don't think y'all understand. I don't think y'all like are grasping. You have hundreds, practically thousands of computers running at one time, 24 hours a day, generating power, consuming power to that of Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas is the capital of Texas, by the way. Y'all don't understand. Granbury is a small ass like town. A small ass town. Within a small ass town, you have this small section of the town. We're right outside of town, whatever. That's generating more power. I mean, that's consuming more power than an entire metropolitan capital city. That's fucking insane.
Nearly 500,000 households. Bitcoin mines like this are part of an industry projected to reach $2.25 billion in size in 2025. And much of the industry is located here in Texas, where cheap energy, lax rules and regulations, and politicians at the state and federal level who are all in on crypto.
Unleash crypto. Come to Texas. Texas is the...
When a January 6th insurrection happened, this nigga hid in a broom closet, by the way. I just thought that'd be interesting to just let you guys know.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott appears to be pushing for our state to become more...
is the oasis.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott appears to be pushing for...
This dude's kind of short. I've stood in the same room with him. He's kind of short.
Our state to become...
I'm definitely taller than him.
more involved with cryptocurrency, saying, quote, Texas is already the home of crypto mining. In this session, Texas should become the crypto capital, end quote.
We are promoting it, we are advancing it, and we want to create a framework that will allow all of that to excel here.
We came to Texas to find out.
Is that how Greg Abbott sounds? I swear to God, I never knew how that nigga sounded till now. I've been in rooms, I've been in the same building with this nigga plenty of times. I never knew that's how that nigga sounded. What the fuck? I'm sorry, I'm losing the plot here.
What happens when a state becomes the center of the Bitcoin universe? Who's winning and who's losing? What's the true cost of cryptocurrency and who should be paying for it?
It doesn't matter who should be paying for it. The reality is we're paying for it.
Well, I went to the window and I listened and I thought, man, this is going to be a rough night, and it was. So it'd be a long day for me.
You'd have to take a nap after a while.
We don't have time for a nap, not today. I do need that coffee.
Nick and Virginia Browning have called Granbury home for 35 years. They're now in their 80s and hope to be enjoying their golden years in this rural community an hour and a half southwest of Dallas.
When we first moved out here, it was real quiet still. We had all kind of animals out here, and we loved it out here.
But 3 years ago, Bitcoin mining started to disrupt their peace, and they say it's been hell ever since.
This is maddening.
So to put y'all in a little bit of perspective, the crypto boom was around 2021, 2022. I think this was being filmed in 2025. So yeah, for them to say 3 years ago, that's when NFTs was popping. That's when like a lot of shit was popping. So if you don't remember, at that time, much like what's happening with the RAM prices right now, at that time, everybody was investing heavily in graphic cards. So RTX 30, the 30s cards was out at that time. I think they was buying up all the RTX graphics cards. Like I said, a lot of NFT stuff, a lot of crypto stuff. You had Ethereum, but you also had Bitcoin. You had the meme coins, but them shit don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. This makes sense. I say all that to say, the fact that they popped up 3 years ago makes sense because that's when the boom was happening. That's when everybody was rushing to get their hand in the crypto pot. And you had data centers. That makes sense.
This is maddening to me,
100%
and I just want to scream at somebody. Now I have to worry about vertigo. I also have to worry about my brain not working right.
It never goes away. Headaches never go away.
In Texas, the legal limit for noise is 85 decibels. Researchers have found that prolonged exposure can impact hearing and cardiovascular health, increase blood pressure and heart rate.
I did not know that at all. What the fuck?
Other potential risks include headaches, dizziness, and psychological effects.
Okay, I knew those.
85 decibels is considered industrial noise inside of a plant. That would mean that you would have to wear hearing protection all the time at your home.
Many of their neighbors have been affected too. The Brownings told us to go see their neighbor, Tom Weeks, who lives just down the road from them. So we did.
Last year, July 2nd, I had a pulmonary embolism and almost died.
This is
a video that I took one morning. I woke up, I was awakened by the sound.
Wow.
You know, that's our bedroom at, 2 o'clock.
Nigga, as we're playing this, you can hear the mining center in the background. Like, it's bleeding into the audio.
The idea
That's the
that
mining center right now.
billion-dollar companies that are profiting off of the backs of poor working people.
Yes.
Is that?
It's disgusting. It's cowardly. It's disgusting. There's a certain amount of cruelty to that.
It's a different type of noise pollution. It's not like truck traffic or anything like this. It's a special noise. It's a low frequency noise that is coming from these operations, and it is incessant.
Cheryl Shadden has lived in Granbury for almost 30 years.
Come on, let's all go.
And has been leading her community's effort to organize and fight Bitcoin mining.
As we're talking, you can hear quite a loud, constant noise all around us.
Outside.
24/7.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how loud is it right now?
This is about an 8.
So it gets worse than this.
It gets worse than that.
It gets
Remember
worse?
the legal limit for noise is 85 decibels? And Cheryl showed us readings in her house into the hundreds.
What?
This is inside of my house.
What the fuck?
She and her neighbors who have serious health conditions say they and their doctors believe it's tied to the Bitcoin operation.
Well, you think?
They're having a hard time keeping weight on. When the noise is really bad across the street, they're anxious and disturbed and fretful and worried.
That's
so
what I
it
was
affects
thinking about,
them
the
as
animals.
well. One horse died year before last. I'll never know why. She's been here her entire life and never had any illness or any problems.
The mine in Granbury is owned by Marathon Digital, a Florida-based firm traded on the stock exchange. It's valued at more than $6 billion, with profits rising more than 13% this year alone. In 2022, Marathon leased space for their Bitcoin mine from Constellation Energy, which operates a gas and steam-fired power plant called Wolf Hollow 2 on the same site.
We're sitting in front of the crypto mine looking at all of their miners. If you notice, this is the newer wall that got put in by Marathon Digital that's supposed to be sound suppressive, which it's not.
There ain't shit
You
about
can see a big gap in it right here where there's power lines that run through. So it's not a continuous wall, and it certainly doesn't keep the noise in.
But let's back up for a second. What the hell is Bitcoin mining anyway? Regular currency like the US dollar relies on a centralized bank which controls its supply. But Bitcoin is not a centralized currency. It depends on independent actors known as miners, which are simply computers that carry out complicated math problems to verify Bitcoin transactions and list them on a public ledger known as a blockchain. As a reward for their work, miners earn units of Bitcoin for crunching the numbers. The value of a Bitcoin stands at around $117,000. And the reward for mining decreases over time as the number of Bitcoin in circulation increases, making mining a lucrative business. It's made the corporations that own the mining facilities very rich. Marathon Digital and Riot Platforms are two of the biggest whales. A team from Cambridge University estimates Bitcoin uses about 187.9 terawatt hours of electricity per year. That's more than the entire country of Egypt.
Texas is one of the least regulated states in terms of environmental protections or energy protection.
We least regulated, and we are Texas is the second largest, has the second largest amount of data centers. I don't know about mining centers, but has the second largest amount of data centers behind the state of Virginia. So we're second in the entire country. We have over 400 different data centers across the state of Texas. I'll let you sit with that. Texas is so damn huge. Land is cheap, relatively. Land is cheap. Very lax regulation on many different industries. Mostly because why would these industries are just now coming down here. So the regulation hasn't necessarily really caught up to those types of things. And there's also lobbying to keep legislation on those things very laxed. So
actions for communities.
That's Mandy DeRoche, an attorney with Earth Justice, a legal nonprofit that's representing the residents of Granbury and other communities around the country in litigation against Bitcoin mining operations. Bitcoin mining has other harms too, driving up energy costs for consumers, impacting communities' water supply, and pouring so much crypto money into politics that
I actually work in that room.
Water supply and pouring so much crypto money.
I work in that room. This is okay. Now I'm being okay. Ha. Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna be in there now. So this is Senator Joan Huffman. This is Senator Paul Betancourt, and this is Jose Menendez, and this is Senator Lucio something. He was a senator. But I work in his room. Ironically enough, I work in his room. And they're not wrong. That political backing shit is very real.
Into politics that residents feel like no one is looking out for their interests.
And you want to know what's funny about that? They feel like nobody's looking out for their interests. They feel like nobody cares. They feel like their politicians that they elected into office is letting them down. It's not representing their interests. That they're just out looking out for their own self-interest. backed by lobbying dollars, technology lobbying dollars. And you want to know what else? They're still going to vote for these motherfuckers every single year. Every single year, they going to vote for these motherfuckers. Every single year, they're going to vote for these people that do not give a damn about these data centers, that don't care about these mining centers, that don't care about pollution, that don't care about tainting the water supply, destroying our water supply, destroying the environment. They gonna vote for them every single year. And I guarantee you, some of the people that's in this video voted for these people and are voting for people that don't give a fuck. And is going to continue to vote for people, even though they're explaining all these terrible things that are happening to their community. Guess they're gonna do? Vote for them again.
To explore all this, we traveled across the state to meet with people who are experiencing the impacts firsthand. First, there's the energy costs. Texas is projected to experience a surge in energy demand.
Yes, that's because of the amount of people that are moving to Texas daily. The energy demand is going to go up, but also we also have a lot of industry. Like there's the industries that are coming here. There's people that are coming here, and we had a power grid failure back in 2021. I almost died in that one. We had a power grid. That's a story for another day. We had a power grid failure back in 2021 just because it showed just how much our power grid wasn't ready for the change in conditions, like weather conditions, because we had a Texas freeze. Texas usually never freezes because it's a southern state, but climate change and shit. Anyway, not the point. Point is though, is even in that, like our power grid is already not good. So now imagine this. Imagine this industry that drains a bunch of power coming to a state that needs more power for the amount of people to service the amount of people that are moving to it.
Doubling by 2030, driven largely by crypto mining and data center technologies.
They're just huge industrial complexes because as you've needed more and more powerful machines, you've needed more capital, you've needed more land, you've needed more access to energy, and only really well-capitalized corporations can do that.
Every $100 million that a company extracts from the energy market is paid by me and all the other Texans. This is an earnings
and our politicians in Texas, our state representatives, do not give a fuck.
Report that was filed
I'm letting you know
with the
now.
IRS.
They don't care.
What this tells us is
they
that
don't
this
give a fuck.
facility resold energy during Winter Storm Uri. So they held on.
Nigga, I was literally just talking about this. I was just talking about that winter storm.
To the electricity that they had, they sold it at a profit
during the crisis.
A crisis.
And they made a shit ton of money.
All right, that's price gouging. In another context, that would be illegal.
They made
instead you have
so
a company that's
money.
bragging about the money that it made while people were dying.
Yep, I literally just said that. I just said that.
Less for their electricity than everyday Texans.
The places we visited across Texas have a few things in common. They're rural, and they've experienced a loss of industries, like the town of Rockdale, which once employed thousands of people at an aluminum smelting plant, which permanently closed in 2017. A year later, the town welcomed Bitcoin investors with open arms, with large-scale Bitcoin operations in place by 2020. We met up with Jim Gibson, Rockdale's Economic Development Director.
There is a lot of demand on the energy grid.
Yes.
That's not good.
The price that residents are paying for their energy is going up. Does that resonate with you?
At a personal level, well, there's like two parts. Please don't print this part. Is that okay?
I mean, we'd love to have your honest take. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Nigga,
yeah,
just
that's
talk.
Like
We're
the
being a
one
big
part about it all that I really personally don't care for. So that's just my opinion. That's not the opinion of the city or anybody else.
The next big harm we heard from residents about was the water usage.
They're manipulating our electricity.
And taking water.
And taking water.
Teresa lives 18 miles from Corsicana, Texas, where Riot Platforms is building out what is expected to be one of the largest Bitcoin mining operations in the world.
We decided, well, what better place to build a 1 gigawatt site?
Teresa is concerned about Bitcoin's demand for water. Corsicana's mine is projected to use up to 1.5 million gallons of water per day. That's an eighth of the city's water supply. She took us to nearby Navarro Lake, which she says dries up every 4 to 5 years.
Nigga, so this is the lake that you are concerned that the Bitcoin mining companies could be drawing water from?
Yes, you've got a lot of people that have moved into this area.
A lot of people.
Last thing we needed was more pressure on this lake. I know I can survive without electricity. I do know that. I can't survive without water.
You can't really
Our
even survive
politicians
without
keep going with the corporations, even knowing that they're not being honest.
And guess what? Instead of voting them out, they're just gonna keep voting for them. instead of she said it. And instead of people getting them out of office, I'm sitting in these rooms with these people. Instead of y'all voting them out, you want to know what's gonna happen? Come primaries, midterms, election season, they gonna vote them in again. You're losing your water, or your electricity bill going up, air pollution, noise pollution, quality of air going way the fuck down. I'm literally watching on both sides. I'm sitting in the Capitol when people are praying, hey, can you please not make our lives hard? And the politicians are like, So anyway, let's sign that bill unanimously to make their lives hard. They're gonna vote for the motherfuckers anyway, so I don't know why you're talking about that.
Yes, they want that money.
Yeah.
These ginormous
in your vote.
conglomerate
And they're gonna get it.
corporations are having real impacts. They consume vast quantities of water, especially in Texas.
Not far from Teresa, we met Dawn Horn, a disabled Navy veteran who lives less than 10 minutes drive from the Riot Mine in Corsicana.
The water, it does not smell good. It smells like chlorine now. I've replaced a washing machine and a water heater in the past year. It's not good for me because I have to pay higher electric bills and higher water bills, and I'm on a fixed income as a disabled veteran. It's not good for anyone who lives on a fixed income because it's increasing the price for,
everyone.
All of our power and all of our water and everything.
We reached out to the companies asking for an interview and tour of their facilities.
They
declined. But they declined.
Our clients in Granbury, they've got a tremendous amount of noise pollution that is harming their health, that is impacting their livelihoods. They can't sleep. There's increased fossil fuel generation in their community. There's air pollution, there's water pollution.
Didn't I just say that?
So it's really the impacted communities that bear the brunt of this industry.
Didn't I just say that?
One of the benefits.
These high costs that consumers are paying made us wonder, who's benefiting from Bitcoin mining operations other than the companies themselves?
Our politicians!
It's important to remember that a Bitcoin mine is generating a virtual product. Nobody's seeing any actual tangible product. There's nothing coming out of that facility.
Adrian Shelley is the director of Public Citizens Texas office, a consumer advocacy public interest organization.
Advocates of Bitcoin mining will say it's good for communities, it's good for jobs, it stabilizes the electricity grid, it can promote a greener energy economy. It seems like two different narratives. Where's the truth?
Yeah, it's fantasy. They're overselling their product. I think some of them have bought into the hype. Some of them are intentionally misrepresenting what's going on.
All of this makes it even more damning that the politicians representing the residents we spoke to are all in on Bitcoin. Which brings us to the crypto money in politics. Texas Senator Ted Cruz received a $350,000 donation from Bitcoin Freedom PAC in 2024.
You wanna know what's funny?
In a tight re-election
against Colin Allred.
Race
I actually
against
worked for that
Democratic
nigga.
challenger Colin Allred. The same year, Cruz.
Fun fact. Like I said earlier, but I'll say it again. He hid in a closet during the January 6th insurrection. This nigga took off his hoodie and was like, okay, I guess I gotta get with the whoop-de-wops and whoop these niggas' ass. This nigga ran to a broom closet, by the way.
Announced he was getting into the Bitcoin business himself, announcing on X he bought his own miners and started running them in Iran, Texas. Cruz was commended by Marathon Digital's CEO and welcomed to the club. The Texas governor recently signed a bill.
So I just signed a law creating a master plan.
Creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve that could use millions of taxpayer dollars to purchase cryptocurrency. President Trump once called Bitcoin a scam.
Bitcoin, it just seems like a scam. I don't like it because it's another currency competing against the dollar.
But then too.
This fucking hat, my nigga. This smooth criminal ass 1960s boomerang cartoon ass hat. What the fuck is this? She can't even see shit. This is probably how she ended up in these circumstances now. What the fuck is this blazer? What is this fuck? What the fuck is this fit? Smooth criminal ass 1960s boomerang cartoon ass hat. What the fuck is this? She can't even see shit. This is probably how she ended up in these circumstances now. What the fuck is this blazer? What is this fuck? What the fuck is this fit? What the hell am I looking at? There's so many things. There's so many things running through my. There's so many insults. I just feel excited, like coming up with them. JD Vance in the background. I just feel so invigorated, so empowered right now. Like there's so much shit I want to say about this fucking fit. What? I can't believe. Why was I doing this with my hands? What the fuck is this fit? Why is this brim so flat? Look like one of my mama's friends. I don't know what the fuck she got. Everybody's fitting this. Everybody in this picture just got an atrocious ass fit. If it ain't no boring ass blazer, it's these two motherfuckers just twinning some bullshit right now. I don't know what the fuck they decide. I don't know what the fuck they was thinking. This bitch looked like a green beret. Literally, she looked like a fucking green beret. This motherfucker looked like a 1970s undercover spy in the USSR. Fuck, you look like a goddamn sleeper cell agent. Oh my god. Get this shit off my screen. I don't want to see this no more.
The answer is crypto. And I think that's going to be the future of finance. If we can accelerate that process by going all in on it, I'm for it.
According to Public Citizen, crypto corporations provided nearly half of the $248 million in corporate money to influence federal elections in 2024.
Shocker.
The industry has gotten exactly what they paid for. Efforts to regulate crypto at the state and federal level have been largely unsuccessful.
2 years ago in the 2023 legislature, we had a piece of legislation that specifically regulated cryptocurrency mining. It limited their participation in the demand response program. It prevented them from getting local tax breaks, and it required them to register with ERCOT. It didn't even get refiled this session. For a bill that passed the Senate to not even be refiled this session, that says to me that lawmakers' minds have been changed by something about whether this is an industry that needs to be gotten control of or not.
We reached out to the senator who
This is Lois Kolkhorst. She's a Republican. She also was head of a bill just now that just came out in this recent legislature called Make Texas Healthy Again. I like that bill.
Sponsored the bill, Lois Kolkhorst, but she declined to be interviewed. Cheryl Shadden has lived in Granbury, Texas for almost 30 years and has been taking daily readings of the noise levels. She works as a nurse anesthetist and says she hasn't gotten a good night's sleep since 2022, and her backyard looks directly onto the giant facility.
What do you say to some people watching this who would say, I couldn't live there? Why don't these people just move?
My house is paid for. My house and property are paid for. Who would buy this place? You have to disclose. My property value has gone down 75%. And that's according to Hood County Appraisal District. The reality is my property value is worthless.
Hood County Commissioner for Precinct 2, Nanette Samuelson, has been working with Cheryl and other residents to incorporate their community into its own municipality so they can create a noise ordinance since they're currently...
It failed. I'm just letting you know now. That shit failed. It was DOA. It was dead on arrival. That shit didn't go nowhere.
In an unincorporated part of Granbury.
So they can zone things different, residential or commercial. They can put in noise restrictions. There's just a lot of different options available for municipalities than there is for unincorporated county.
And so what has it been like for you as a lawmaker trying to help your people but not being able to?
It's very frustrating because I see the impact on their lives. Sorry. And there's just nothing I can do.
It's the Wild West out there. Our systems take a while to catch up to these problems, and so it doesn't have the equivalent regulations that protect health and protect communities, like the oil and gas industry or power plants or other sectors that have been around for decades or hundreds of years.
Hood County is a rural, mostly Republican place with a population of 65,000 people. President Trump got more than 80% of the vote here in 2024.
And what about
What'd I say?
President Trump? His family is in the crypto business, profiting off of this. What do you think of that?
I have nothing against President Trump because I think his intentions are good.
And just like that, boom, just like that, just like that. All that shit about all that shit. She was just saying retired veteran, retired Navy veteran, fixed income, all this shit happening with crypto, yada yada. It's fucking up their like quality of life. She popping it, giving it the saddest story you've ever fucking heard. When it's time to hold the politicians accountable that are allowing for this to be done, I think his intentions are good. As my county votes for him overwhelmingly.
But I don't like the crypto thing. The way he's going about it is not pleasant for all of us.
And guess what? They're still gonna vote for that nigga if he does what he plans on doing, and then we'll be able to run in 2028. They will still vote. Did you vote for President Trump? Yep.
You vote for President Trump?
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
They are literally killing people out here.
Who would have thought?
No, I don't like it at all.
I wish I could have a good talk to him. I wish he'd come over and pay me a visit.
Do you regret your vote for President Trump?
Concerning Bitcoin, yes.
Oh, concerning Bitcoin, for sure, 100%.
I have a problem with the industry.
Bro!
I have a problem what it's doing to people here. I think that's being...
What it's doing to people here. What it's doing to people here. Let me run that back one more time, just so y'all know. Just so y'all know.
President Trump?
Yeah, we did, but
How do you feel about that?
they are literally killing people out here. No, I don't like it at all.
I wish I could have a good talk to him. I wish he'd come over and pay me a visit.
Do you regret your vote for President Trump?
Concerning Bitcoin, yes. I don't have a problem with the industry, but I have a problem what it's doing to people here. I think that's being ignored.
Did you vote for Governor Abbott?
Yes, I did.
Yes, he did! But I won't do it again.
But I won't do it again.
Too late! And that's what I'm talking about. I think we can pretty much end the motherfucking video right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's like, the reality of living in Texas. These people are actively being killed. First of all, let's go back. Let's really break down what he said. I don't have a problem with crypto industries. I have a problem with what they're doing to people here. Meaning, if it was happening to another neighborhood, probably some people that don't look like him, he wouldn't give a fuck.
Wake up, filthy.
He wouldn't give a fuck. Number two, on the state level and federal level, they know the people that they're voting for. People that they're voting for make it very much known. Like, you can go on their websites and see who is donating to their campaigns, who they're backing, what they're running on, the bills they sponsor, so on and so forth. I won't vote for him again. Shut the fuck up. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. This nigga's gonna vote for him again. Yes, he will.
State politicians, all they see is dollar signs.
Really?
They don't see people.
Really?
You're just going to get to a point where I guess somebody has to die to get somebody's attention.
Not everyone here blames politicians, though. Larry Potts and his wife voted for President Trump, and despite being in extremely poor health, Larry had a heart attack and a stroke, they say they aren't against Bitcoin entirely, and don't blame President Trump for Granbury's problems. But they do blame the companies.
This chart shows that they're all, even at the highest level of government, from the president on down, they're all connected to these corporations and money tied to Bitcoin.
I have no problem whatsoever with these guys investing in Bitcoin. None. No more than I have any problem with you investing in your investments. But here's what I have a problem with, is with them being concerned about whoever these people are, make sure they're abiding by the rights of the people they're around.
After traveling across the state, it's clear that there's a tension between the politicians and the big corporations who are benefiting from Bitcoin mining and the people who have to live next door to these facilities who are feeling the impact. The takeaway, though, is that the residents here aren't stopping their fight until they get peace and quiet and justice for their community. Before you go, please support our work by liking this.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop you right there. Thank you for the video. It's interesting, this video kind of hit a little, not close to home, but rather just because I'm quite acquainted and knowledgeable about the things that are being talked about in this video, from naming off the politicians, knowing where these politicians stand, being familiar with the different legislatures that they were talking about, process of how these data centers are able to do what they do. A lot of companies, a lot of corporations, a lot of big businesses come to Texas to take advantage of Texas, because Texas is a vast land, cheap land, and people are taking advantage of the lack of oversight, the lack of like regulation. Nobody really wants to be here, like not until very recent. Like Texas wasn't really a place people were sought after. It's now being seen as the golden place. So a lot of companies are moving here, like doing everything they can to take advantage of it right now. Politicians take advantage of lacks legislation, like I said, lacks regulation as much as they can before we smarten up. Problem is, we won't be smartening up, because as long as there's money to influence legislation, they gonna always have a home down there. Politicians, corporations, whatever, they can give a fuck less what happens to regular people. I didn't enjoy this video because it's happening close to my home. It was a bit frustrating, but this is just showing you the reality of what it's like living in Texas. These people will actively vote for somebody that's trying to kill them and have a smile on their face, talk about how they're dying. You are watching people talk about them having back-to-back health problems, and still gonna get their ass up, go down to that voting booth and vote for the people that are making this a problem where they live. You can't make this. This is what it's like living in Texas. And with that being said, I don't think I have anything else to say, nothing else to add. I'm tired. I've been recording videos all day. If you like this video, you don't have to like this video, because the fact you clicked on this video and you're hearing the sound of my voice right now means the absolute world to me. It means more to me than you can ever know. It means more than a like, a comment, a subscription. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Merci beaucoup, and until my next video, I will see you guys in my next video. Without further ado, I don't have anything else to say. I don't have anything else to add. Anything you got to say? Type shit. All right. Play us out, Kakashi. Peace.
You wanna fall right in, you wanna lay on my case. I wanna y'all my bitch, I wanna y'all again. I wanna fight the rain, I wanna throw the rain till I'm back down. You know the thing, supposed to win the race up, these hoes on my